Alrighty guys, we're getting ready to make these sourdough English muffins, and I'm going to move through the recipe part of it pretty quick. First thing you want to do is get 2 cups of warm water, a tablespoon of yeast, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. We mix those up, and you can tell by the bubbling action there that the yeast is doing good. But we'll get those in there and get that yeast proofed up. Then we're going to be adding 1 cup of our sourdough starter. We've already got that measured up here. And in the bowl here we've got 7 cups of all-purpose flour, minus just a little bit. We're going to be dusting the surface when we turn this dough out, so I held a little bit back for that. We got 1/2 cup of dry milk, 1/4 cup of butter. Here's the butter. We got a tablespoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. And the citric acid just brings out the sour in it. So we're going to go ahead. We'll get these things added to our dough. We'll add our liquid here. We'll get this starter. This is our sourdough starter. We've got a whole series on that if you haven't seen it. But we're going to be adding 1 cup of sourdough starter to the mix. It's pretty thick. And I put a little extra in there knowing that it's hard to get it all off the inside of the cup. So, guys, that is going to do it for this. We're going to be using the handle of a wooden spoon to stir it. A lot stiffer. And the top of the spoon gives you something to hold on to. But we're going to work this into a dough. And then I'm going to take it out of here. We'll stir it or knead it until it's a nice smooth dough. And then we're going to put it right back in this same bowl. We're going to wash it out and give it a coat of oil. We're going to put it right back in this same bowl and put it in the refrigerator overnight. So guys, that's pretty much the recipe. I'll try to put it in the description of the video. By far the more interesting part is making the English muffins themselves, so we move kind of quick through the recipe. But I'll finish getting this stirred up. We'll get it in the refrigerator, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Alrighty guys, it's the next morning, and it's time to check out the dough. As you can see, we got it out of the refrigerator, and it's risen considerably. So one of the first things you want to do is we're going to take the plastic wrap off of it, and we're just real lightly, we're just going to punch this dough down. And you can get your hands a little bit wet, but you don't want to be too rough with it. We'll go ahead and punch that dough down. We're going to let it sit for just a minute, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with it next. Alrighty guys, we've had this sitting for a few minutes, and actually through this process we're going to need to let it sit at different times, so kind of get your mind around that and get used to it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take the dough, and you're going to want to break it free of the bowl, and we're going to turn it out. Maybe we're going to turn it out onto a floured surface. That's why I had the flour on the cutting board already. So what we do next is we're going to take our plastic that we had from last night. We're going to cover that dough back up, and we're just going to let that gluten relax for a few minutes. So guys, we're going to let it sit. We're going to break out a few more kitchen utensils, and we'll be back to show you what we do with it next. Alrighty guys, what we've done is we've cut the dough in half now. It's been resting for a few minutes. We uncovered it, cut it in half. We brought it over here. We rolled it out to about 1/2 inch thick. And then we used our English muffin forms, like cookie cutters, to cut them out. So what we'll do is we'll move these over to a baking sheet until we get ready to do them all. And we'll use that scrap there. We'll roll it in with the next bunch. So we're just going to keep re-rolling what's left over and get as many of these as we can. And then we'll move over to the griddle and show you how to cook them. But right now that's where we're at. We're using half the dough. We got half of it cut up. We'll get these moved, and then we'll get the rest of them done. So give me a few minutes, and we'll move you on to the next step. Alright guys, we've got all the dough processed. we ended up with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, got a couple back around the plate, and one little dough ball. So we're going to let these sit. We've got to cover them up, let them sit for close to 2 hours. We're going to wait until they reach the tops of their rings. And these are sourdough rings that we bought. But when they get to the tops of the rings, we're going to get them on the griddle. We'll show you how we cook them. So we'll bring you back after they've risen, but for right now, you cover them up and leave them sit for about 2 hours. Alrighty guys, we've got our griddle set up here. We've got it set to 350 degrees. We're letting it preheat here a little bit. We've got 17 English muffins to make and 1 dough ball. So we're going to do 9 and then we'll do 8 in a dough ball. So we're going to get these on the griddle. We're going to cook them about 10 minutes on each side. And we'll bring you back and show you that process here in just a second. Alrighty guys, we've elected to try this first batch without the rings on them. And we'll see how that goes. If this doesn't work out, we'll do the next batch with the rings on. So guys, we're going to let these go for about 10 minutes. Get them on the timer there. And we'll bring you back when we turn them and show you what they look like. Alrighty guys, we're down to about a minute to go. Wanted to give you a look at these. They kind of puff up however they want. Turning them over will kind of even them out a little bit. But we have managed to destroy the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Was first time making English muffins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll try the other ones. I'm not sure if we should put them in the rings or not. But
I think they look pretty good.
You think they look pretty good the way they are?
Yeah.
Neat. Alrighty. That's 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and get these flipped. Oh. They look pretty goldeny.
They look pretty English muffin-y to me.
They look English muffin-y to you? Now, it did say your sides are going to look lighter, and that's not a problem. Just so they reach the internal temperature. So, guys, we're going to give these another 10 minutes to get you down here and get you a good look at them. We'll look at the pretty ones. But we'll give these another 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and take them off, and we'll get the second batch on. So, hang on one second. What do you think of your English muffins?
I think they're perfect.
They're perfect?
Yeah.
Alrighty, why don't you flip them over, show everybody the other side of them. Those look like English muffins.
Yeah. Oh, they look fantastic. They're perfect.
Alrighty. Want to say hi, everybody? Alrighty, guys. We're going to get these off here. We just turned them over so you can look at them. We'll get the next batch on. We'll bring you back and show you that here in just a second. Alrighty, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick look at these. We got them off the fryer there. And pay attention to the mess. We've got the other ones on. We've decided to go ahead, even though they rose a little unevenly, kind of like the little unique shapes of them. So we're going to go ahead and do these without the rings also. But we'll bring you back when it's time to turn these. We'll show you how they're doing. Alrighty, guys. Getting about time to turn these things over. We were a little bit dark on our first turn the last time, so we're going to go ahead and turn these. They might be a little light. We can always turn them back over.
No, they're perfect.
Tina says they look perfect. We'll take a look at them. We'll let them get them turned over here. Yep, they look like English muffins to me. And the dough wad.
And the dough wad.
So, alrighty, guys, we're going to let these roll another 10 minutes, and we'll come back and show you the final product. Alrighty, guys, we've been checking these, and Tina's happy with the color. So we're going to turn them over and let you take a look at them here real quick.
They're perfect.
You say they're perfect?
Mm-hmm. They're perfect.
Our griddle seems to get hotter back here in that corner. There's a little dough wad. It's doing fine. But we're going to let these warm just a second on this side. We'll take them off, and then we'll probably put them with the others, and then we'll bring you back and show you what the inside looks like, because I'm sure that's what everybody's waiting on. So let's see if we can make an English muffin here at the Bumblebee Junction. Alrighty guys, we've let these cool down, and it's getting time to find out what's on the inside. You ready to find out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to cut it with a butter knife, or not a butter knife, a bread knife. We'll have to see. You're going to find out just like we do. Alrighty. Doesn't have the huge holes, but they're also nice and airy. What you got there?
Strawberry jam.
Got some of your strawberry jam?
Yes.
And it looks good. Fresh open.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're planning bacon, egg, and cheese egg McMuffins for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see. We'll have to get a verdict.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Really good.
Really good?
Mm-hmm.
We'll know if she goes back for more.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really good?
Very good.
Alrighty guys. We're not going to have no long outro or anything. We'll just follow along here as Tina puts a little jam on there. We'll wish you guys well. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, or leave us a comment down below. Your thumbs up and comments tell YouTube to show our videos to more people, and that's always a great thing. We really appreciate it. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. Down next to the subscribe button is a bell. You going back for more?
Mm-hmm.
You guys ring that bell, that'll send you a notification whenever we release a new video. That's a great way to keep up with the channel, and a great way to keep up with Tina's diet. So,
or lack of.
or lack thereof. But, alrighty guys, we're going to get out of here. We hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, and enjoy the race.